Hello there, everyone. Common Wolfram here, and yeah, we got a Xenoblade Chronicles Direct on Wednesday, the June 22nd, 20 minutes around. Probably gonna detail most of the game. We already had a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Direct back in 2017, so this doesn't really come as a surprise. But I think the timing for it may not be the most ideal, for the lack of a better word, because let's be honest, every Nintendo fan right now is anticipating a general Nintendo Direct. I mean, a Nintendo Direct with announcement from all kinds of Nintendo franchises, not one dedicated franchise. I think this presentation would have been perfect in July, say after a Nintendo Direct, because, well, we got a Direct, and a bonus. But this way, people are just gonna direct their hate towards this Direct for a game that does not need hate, but needs a lot of love. So having a lot of other Nintendo fan bases, whether that being Zelda, and I please beg you Zelda fans, and I really mean it, Zelda fans, do not spread hate in this Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Direct. And the reason is very, very simple. There's still hope for the Direct on July 29th. That has been the leak, that has been the rumor. Even credible sources have been hinting to that this is the first of multiple presentations. So let's not jump the ship yet, but be patient. Instead, encourage and be happy for the Xenoblade fans, and besides, we Zelda fans should see Xenoblade as a holdover game until Breath of the Wild 2 is out. So let's not direct our anger towards the Xenoblade fanbase or Nintendo for that matter. You can do that if there is no Direct come next week, but don't do that during this presentation. Please, I beg you. And the same goes for every other Nintendo franchise. Because the timing may not be ideal. We have Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes coming out. This presentation is obviously taking attention away from that game launching 2 days later. And that game seems to be screwed over anyway if you have a Direct, General Direct a week after, and then reveal the new Fire Emblem game that has, well, leaked, because we have screenshots of the game and so on the internet. Obviously, I'm not going to show it because I don't want to be struck by Nintendo. But I've seen the images and I can confirm their authenticity. So they exist and the game exists. It's just a matter of time before it gets revealed. What I can say about this is that if this is just a bonus on top of a Direct that is coming later down the line, we should be very happy with this presentation because it's getting out of the way now before the summer vacation really starts. I know a lot of you are already heading out. And the Direct should come then next week, because investors will not be satisfied with this. As we highlighted in our June 29 Direct leaks video or about them, we highlighted how important the stockholders are for Nintendo, and the stockholder meeting is key because they need reassurances from Nintendo whether to buy or sell Nintendo stocks. And if more people want to sell Nintendo stocks, that means that they're going into the red. They've been able to stay somewhat well this year with a result over a negative one in the last 6 months, which cannot be said about Sony or Microsoft. But I think that without a general Direct, that is going to change. And Nintendo is probably also aware of that. So I think we should maybe see this as something positive until it isn't anymore. And that I mean by the end of next week. If this is the first presentation of 2 this June by Nintendo, then we should be more than pleased, because we know that more is coming next week. But if it is the one and only this month, or this summer unfortunately, even say a dedicated Splatoon 3 Direct, which we also have been talking about since, well, it happened with Splatoon 2 as well. Yeah, it just seems that the cycle we saw in 2017 is repeating, except for the presentation that would have been during my birthday week or E3 week. And all I have to say to this is that for now, let's stay calm. But as soon as things get out of hand next week, I can tell you straight out that after that stockholder meeting, I am not going to stay silent. I am definitely going to speak up and explain that this was simply a wrong move by Nintendo. But if there's a Nintendo Direct, all is forgiven. And there's nothing to forgive really, because it's been known now for over a week that there's not going to be a Direct on June 15, it's on June 29th. But if that rumor is also false, and there is no Direct in June, then a lot of people are going to be angry. And I think a lot of people are going to demand Nintendo to come with something, because waiting until September for a new general Nintendo Direct is just going to piss off the entire Nintendo fan base. And not only. because everyone is wanting to see more of Zelda. They want to see new reveals of games that have already leaked. They want to see announcements of classics, because this is a year of anniversaries. We have Mario Kart 30th anniversary, probably Wave 2 celebrating that in August. We have the anniversary of Breath of the Wild being 5 years old, which probably also will be commemorated if it is shown in a direct next week. And then we have the forgotten anniversaries, that being of Wind Waker and Metroid Prime, which are both turning 20 this year. So I think this direct is key for Nintendo to simply maintain their position within the stock market, so not join Sony and Microsoft with, well, their numbers, but also to help, I think, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, because this game needs as much positive PR as it can get. So far, it has gotten all of it. Reveal in February, coming out earlier than announced in that month, and now it's getting a direct. But all of that will be ruined if there's no Nintendo Direct next week, because all hate will be targeted towards it. And even though I'm saying to people not to get angry, I know that there will be a lot of angry comments in this Direct, because Nintendo has not informed us about any other Directs after this one. So people are going to assume that there's not going to be anything next week. I at least will not be spreading hate until we know that we not have a Nintendo Direct next week. But if there is a Direct next week, there's no point getting angry. So to any one of you watching this and who will be in the comment sections of whatever stream and the Direct itself and the comment section of the video that is uploaded right after, I beg you, please don't spread hate. At least not until we know that there's no Direct next week. That is all I have to say. I look forward to seeing more of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I can't wait for the biggest summer game this year. It's going to be a game that will take a long time to play through because, well, Xenoblade games are 100-hour plus experiences. And it's a great holdover title around 9 months before Breath of the Wild 2 comes out. And I think everyone should pick it up because it's a quality game. Monolith Soft has never disappointed us Nintendo owners on Nintendo systems yet. So I think this is going to be a landmark event. I just hope it's not going to be ruined by a Direct that is not followed by a general Direct, which is going to take all the blame for there not being a general Nintendo Direct. So yeah, we have surpassed 300k subscribers. Our Switch OLED Plus game giveaway is still up and running. The only thing you need to do is like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Yeah, it was the best present you could give me for my 30th birthday. I was hoping Nintendo would give me one in the form of Nintendo Direct. That didn't happen. But hopefully it will still happen in my birthday month, which is our hope. Fingers crossed. And let's hope that this Direct is just the warm-up or the entry to the main course that is going to be that general Nintendo Direct next week. Probably June 28th, Japanese time June 29th. So if you haven't already, be sure to press the notification bell. And a big thanks as always goes to all our patreon.com/CommonRound patrons, and in particular to royal producer Charles. You rock, and please enjoy one or both of these two awesome videos.